12 most interesting culture in Africa. Africa is a home of many cultural dealings. The culture is not self-separate from the world. It is united and intermingled with a natural and social environment. The activities of the social surroundings and that of every individual create a chance of selecting carefully the kinds of practice to be observed. African culture is so rich, and they are diverse in nature. This comes as a result of different countries that are found in Africa. Within the same country, culture can still be different because of the ethnic groups found. And that of the ethnic group can be centered on family with the features of art, music, language, dance, and orature. Africa as a whole speaks different languages, practices numerous religions, and their dwellings differ. Most people who live in Africa are indigenous, however. There are other people from other continents who have migrated to Africa for safety or economic reasons. Here are the most interesting cultures in Africa. 1. Hama, bull jumping. The Hama people are part of the ethnic group of the Omo Valley in Ethiopia. Young men of this tribe prove their manhood by jumping on the back of a prize bull. This calls for many people from the neighboring villages to come and watch how this practice is carried out. It is an interesting and entertaining cultural practice. The young men in this scene would be provided 16 to 17 bulls to jump over while naked. It is accompanied with singing and clapping of hands by the females. The men are liable to repeat this practice 4 times a day whenever they might have likely fallen. The successful ones are tagged Maza, and they are the only people who have the right to get married. That also make the Hama people marry only themselves. Most men get married in their 30s. Payment of bride price is done alongside 30 goats and 20 heads of cattle. 2. San, healing dance. The San are also known as the Bushmen. The San spread across South Africa, Botswana and Angola. They reside around the Kalahari Desert. They are meant to be hunter-gatherers. They have a unique culture known as healing dance. This has been in existence 10,000 years ago. This practice brings the whole community together, led by healers and elders dancing around a fire, chanting and taking a deep breath until they induce a trance state. This practice is normally carried out in the night. It is a process of communing with the ancestors for healers, curing sickness with other dancers. In some parts of the San dwellings, this practice has been performed for the tourists because they were chased from the domicile by conservationist organizations. 3. Maasai, spitting. Another essential part of human life with the Maasai people is the spitting. They normally practice this as an act of blessings. Some Africans believe that wherever you wanted to go out as a family man who may probably have twins may likely ask them to spit on his palm. The culture of the San. To spit is a way of blessing people by giving something of yourself. This starts at an early age, when a child is newly born and is spat on him or her to decree a good wish or better life for such beings. The Maasai elders also spat on those who are migrating from their community to another land. All these are to shower blessings on them for safety and a better life. 4. Bantu-speaking tribe, Lobola. This is a marital affair for many Bantu-speaking tribes in South Africa, Swaziland, and Zimbabwe. The word Lobola is referred to as bride wealth paid by the prospective groom's family, negotiating with the bride's family for the bride's hand in marriage. The dowry here is paid in the form of money and compulsory cows given with the negotiable numbers needed. A report was given about the Nelson Mandela of Thembu lineage, who intended to get married in 1998. He paid the material lobola of 60 cows to the family of his wife Graca Machel. For a man to get married, he must provide a substantial head of cattle. The Bantu society that are cattle-based, most men get married in their mid-40s because of their incapability to raise the bride's wealth. This gives rise to most of their women available, but no single one to ask them out. 5. Chua, matriarchy. The women here have strong power and possessions. Although they cannot be equal with men in some areas or aspects of life, they have the right to inherit. The succession for the Bantu-speaking tribes that spread across Malawi, Mozambique, Zambia and Zimbabwe is matrilineal with properties and land inherited from their mother. This inheritance that passes from the female line gives women the power in the society, but males still dominate and stand at the top of the rule of some affairs. The Chui women are shut off Nyo Brotherhood, a secret society where spirits are channeled for blessings. During this, a dancing ritual called Gyul Wamkulu is also carried out during harvest and wedding ceremony. The women are restricted from this. 6. Himba, Ochais. Ochais is a practice that depicts the avoidance of natural water bathing. The process of bathing is only recognized with the use of smoke. When a fire is set, the heat that is profuse as a perspiring factor on a human skin serves as their normal bathing. They apply aromatic resins on their skin. They have a strong belief in red skin color, which signifies earth and blood. This red skin makes them unique, and it is formed with the combination of butterfat, other, and umuzibamba scrub. Their skin serves as a protection from the desert's scorching sun, insects bite, and other bodily protections. The women see this as their aesthetic way of luring their men. Himba men don't take part in this practice. 7. Xhosa, Olwaluko in the Eastern Cape, South Africa. The young man is expected to partake in the coming-of-age initiation called Olwaluko, a kind of circumcision performed by a traditional surgeon known as incubi. The initiate is expected to show no pain or cry out. That shows that he is a man till the circumcision is completed. After the circumcision, the child would be sent into the bush to fend for himself for 2 months wearing white clay on his face. When he returns, he wouldn't be called Olwaluko, rather he would be called a boy. And received new blanket for an exchange of the former one, given 8. Mercy, lip plate. Women of Mercy can only be recognized by the use of lip plates and clay plate plates. A woman would cut her daughter's lip whenever she attained the age 15 or 16 to show her transition into adulthood. A bigger clay or wooden plug is used to stretch the lip over the following year. This made them to be mentioned as part of the community. This belief originated when there was slave trade, and it was introduced to scare and prevent the Europeans from buying a disfigured body. 9. Wadabi, Girawal. Each year the semi-nomadic Wadabi people gather together for a week of incredible celebrations known as the Girawal. It is one of the African most colorful festivals that calls for the attention of the tourists and other neighboring towns to come and watch. The Girawal festival is performed in such a way that the young men decorate themselves. They adorn themselves with makeup and jewelry to attract the young women, in search for a partner either for life or something less permanent. This standing in line inspection by the female is also related to the check of their white teeth and white eyes. So, the participants will grin and pull all manner of expressions in the attracting attention. There would also be the likes of the judge that predict or declare the winner. 10. Bodi, KL, obesity pageant. In the Omo Valley, Ethiopia, the KL Bodi normally observes a yearly celebration in June or July, with an extraordinary show of pageantry. Some months before the event, men live in isolation in order to be fed with cow's milk and cow's blood. The men who will partake in this exercise are expected to drink the blood and milk excessively to bring out the result of the fattest. Each clan is entitled to present an unmarried male to compete for the fattest man and with the glory, the enablement to find a wife. With stomach swollen, balance and fatigue can be an issue, but when the ceremony is over, the participants are liable for returning to their normal state in a few weeks' time. 11. Tuareg Tangelmust. This is a community where the male are seen with the use of veils instead of females. The Tangelmust, a wrapped headdress up to 8 meters in length, is ubiquitous among the blue men in the desert. This is used to protect sun and sand, which ought to be functional during the daytime, but the Tuareg men still wear this at night. Men cover their face in front of strangers and women. Women take the opposite by free movement without the use of Tangelmust. 12. Dasanek, recycled jewelry. We have said it earlier that traditions differ. Culture came up to add elements of beliefs. Dasanek, known as one of the tribes in Ethiopia Omo Valley, on the border with Kenya, can be used as a perfect example of recycling. All manner of rubbish, especially bottle tops, have been recycled into another finished good by Dasanek women. They weave metal caps into vibrant jangly headdresses. In conclusion, African culture is so unique to many readers who take their time to study about them. This is one of the reasons why many tourists have not ceased coming to learn more about African culture. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.